All right, guys. So we're gonna. How can I put it? I promised I'd be making more content about for the channel, and this is my tired old 500,000 mile Chevrolet pickup truck, and I guess where I'm going is yeah. I doubt we're ever going to get a chance to restore it, but we do have some rust issues popping up here, and I figured we'd just go ahead and do a little bit of rust repair, i.e. Not so much, we're not going to do any cutting and welding, but we're going to do something ends up looking like that. All right, these old Chevys are actually made out of galvanized steel. Okay, so galvanized, what that means is you've got a little bit of zinc between the steel and the paint. Well, our zinc is give up right here, and we're going to go ahead and sand this down till we get the bare steel. We've got a couple of products we're going to use. Rust-Oleum cold galvanized, which is essentially a spray paint that has a high zinc content, and we're going to try and get that galvanized back going. Then we're going to throw a little bit of primer on there and some color. Now, be honest with you, the color don't match. Okay, you can see that, but it's not that far off. I mean, for tired old truck, that looks better than that. So anyway, and I apologize for the shadow. I can barely see what I'm doing here on the phone. All right, bear with me. All right, just to give y'all some idea of what we're using: Rust-Oleum cold galvanized, Rust-Oleum primer. Let's see, we got a I think I'm a 7585838 cold galvanized. Flat gray primer. Okay, and then this color, which is metallic cobalt blue. That's what we're going to end up using. And we also went to AutoZone and got us a sanding block kit that comes with 80 grit, 180, and there's a sting bug. All right, anyway, so what we're going to do, just to give y'all some idea of how long this takes, we're going to set that right at 12 o'clock. And yeah. All right. Here, we'll just go ahead and start. All right, now I've already opened this. I'm pretty sure there's already, it comes with several pieces of paper. And tell you what, let me do one thing. Okay, we're not trying to do a show quality paint job right now. We're just trying to stop this rust. And I'm going to take a garbage bag and lay it under here because I don't feel like working on the fender right now. But I don't want to scratch it and give it a chance to rust more. So hopefully y'all don't fall off when I do this. There you go. And we're just going to take a garbage bag and lay it under the corner for right now. That'll give us enough masking. There you go. We'll just leave these off. There's no sense. But we're going to, this is just the 80 grit. And the cool thing about the sanding block, Velcro. And this is the 80 grit. Now I'm sure, you know, okay, so your dad's got a sander. Well, see if it lets you use it. I'm in my storage unit, and at the moment I ain't got it wired up for power. But you're gonna go through the paint. You're gonna go through the rust. Here, hold on. Yep. Nice sunny, warm day in January in North Carolina. But the goal is to get the rust to disappear. All right, and I picked this one spot to initially work. Okay, and so you're going to pay attention here. Okay, and this was a how can I put it? This was a warranty. I believe this truck had a warranty repaint. Okay, and as you sand, you're going to see evidence. All right, first of all, this is rust. But if y'all look, there's already nice shiny steel right there. All right, we've got the replacement, the warranty paint. That gray stuff is primer. I think the beige might be primer, but then you can also see some other layers, some darker gray, some lighter gray. That lighter gray is probably on the inside is the galvanized we're trying to restore. Okay, so we are looking to get this steel to come on out and make that rust disappear. Okay, so as we're sanding, we're also trying to feather edge. Okay, and by feather edge, I mean you can already see that happening right here. And when you get the feather edge, it's going to look ugly, but you shouldn't be able to feel it. We're just standing in circles, and this is sponge rubber also, so it conforms to the shape a little bit. Okay, and like I said, I'm expecting that rust to disappear. Okay, and you can see right here, steel, zinc. Okay, so we're technically done right there, but we've still got a lot around here, so we'll just keep digging. And guys, I am not an experienced body man. Okay, but I have done body work. I have helped experienced body men. And this little bit of time I'm taking will improve the presentation. You know, it'll look better. And it'll stop this rust. Okay. So, bare steel, and you can see the rust is almost gone. There's still some rust color on the edges here. All right, but yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and stop the video because I wanted to show you how quick, with a simple sanding block, you can do this. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off. I'm going to finish this whole area, and show you the lady on the clock here. And then when I come back, we'll show you that before we do anything else. All right, hold on. Come on, where you at? You there? Yep. Okay. So, actually done sanding. I didn't pay attention, but it hasn't been 20 minutes. Well, I think we were 10 in to begin with. All right, that was with our 80 grit, and now we need to. Obviously, we're at the storage unit. I ain't got compressed air either. So we want to, and here, let's show you. Okay, right now we are really dusty, but you can see where the rust was, but you can also see that the whole area has been sanded. All right, and so outside is actually zinc and inside is bare steel. All right, and without compressed air, and I guess I'm trying to show folks with a little bit of effort. Okay, it's not going to be a show winning, but it will look better. Okay, so and with no compressed air, we're just going to, and this is brand new, nice, clean microfiber towel. Okay, you do not want to contaminate this with anything. Just get the dust out of the way. Although I think I will wipe it off with a little bit of alcohol. All right, this is just plain old rubbing alcohol. Okay. A little bit of blue dust. Yep. And then we're going to take our cold galvanizing compound, Rust-Oleum, cold galvanized. Shake her up real good. Okay, now, me personally, I like to do light coats. And any paint, you want to do what's called a tack coat first. Okay, tack, T-A-C-K. Just enough to make it sticky. Okay. So you're gonna like that. And this stuff dries pretty quick in the sun. I personally, I like to do multiple light coats. All right, you can see it evaporating, or at least I can. I hope you all can. It'll go from that glossy wet to a nice flat. Okay, and we're actually going to do that about 2 or 3 times to build that zinc up. That's right. Just about as interesting as watching paint dry, right? Okay, and understand, anytime you do body work, a little spot like this, you're going to end up working a spot like this, because you got to get that feather edge in, and yeah, so don't get excited. You're making a mess, but if you're careful, it'll look good. Just watch it. And obviously I didn't sand over here, so sorry about that. We're really worried about the rust is what we're dealing with right now. And we're going to call that good. All right. And there's your clock. Be right back. Okay, so we let that dry. We let the cold galvanizing dry. And now we're going to put a little bit of Rust-Oleum conventional primer over that. Okay. Now, if we were painting the whole truck, there would be a sanding process. I wouldn't sand the zinc. Okay, and I did just do that. But if you're going to do the whole vehicle, then you might consider looking into some high build primer that you can sand. Right now we're just trying to get rid of the rust and make it look a little better. And the reason we're using this primer is that the label for the cold galvanizing says if you're going to recoat it, use a latex paint. Well, I don't think this is latex, but it's primer, and it's a Rust-Oleum product, so we're just going to give it a little coat of this before we put some color on. And actually, we're going to put this on, let it dry real good. We're going to give it a light, just a light sanding with maybe some Scotch-Brite, and then we'll put the color down. All right. All right, here we go. And here again, we're doing light coats. Just real quick, zip, zip. And keep an eye on it. And it looks like it's drying. We'll let her sit there and dry. All right, we're gonna probably do that 2 or 3 more times, and then we'll come back and we'll put some color on it. All right. All right, guys. So we put just one more coat on, and we sat there and waited for it to dry. Now, it's actually very cool, and I'm kind of relying on the sun to help us here. So before we do anything, here again, we ain't got no compressed air, and this is not the finished product. We're simply trying to do a rust repair or remediation that's going to be presentable until we can get around and paint the whole truck. Okay, so we just took our microfiber towel, wiped it off. If it was a little bit warmer and a little bit later, I'd probably take a Scotch-Brite pad. But for right now, we're just going to put some color on it and call it good for right now. So let's get y'all about there. Where'd my color go? Where'd my color go? There we go. This is straight up. I mean, and let me reiterate, I am not a professional, okay? But the thing is, I do have a little bit of experience with it. And what I'm trying to get through to y'all is that fear is the devil trying to take your glory, okay? Don't be afraid to make mistakes, okay? If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning anything. Okay, and this is our Rust-Oleum metallic. Okay, and this is our final coat or final color. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Here, stuff that up in the wheel well. Here again, we're going to put a tack coat on first. And also, okay, there should be some sanding, some more sanding involved, but like I said, this is not the finished product. We're simply trying to slow the rust down. But when and if you're doing all this, be sure and observe all your safety regulations, you know. And if not safety regulations, realize that this stuff in your lungs is not good. All right, so we're gonna put a tack coat down, just a light tack coat. Okay, and you'll be able to walk around and see where it's wet. Bounce the lights in the shop off of what you're doing. If you're not in the shop, use the sunlight. Okay, and if you're worried about, if you've never used a spray bomb, get you a piece of cardboard. Practice on some cardboard. This is not hard. It really isn't. It does require practice though. Alright, that's our tack coat. We're going to let that dry for a little while. And how can I put it? I'm rushing because the sun's going down and I'm using the sun as a tool. So alright, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's still wet there. We're going to let this dry, and then we're really going to lay some color down. And there's a lot of people on YouTube that are painting cars with Rust-Oleum. There are people painting cars with brushes. There are people painting cars with rollers. There's alternatives. Explore and experiment. Make mistakes and learn. That's kind of where I'm going with this video. Is don't be afraid of this shit. All right. And don't hit your work with the damn spray can. course, we are outside, so the wind is blowing stuff around. There you go. That's it. We're done shooting paint. Now, you see the masking right there. Okay, that we don't want nothing to touch that for a little while. Good Lord, that almost, the more I paint that color, the more I like it. And here again, educate yourself on YouTube. But with experience, you'll start finding shortcuts. Damn it. And one of them, if you don't have to do any rust repair and there's no flaking on the clear coat, you can actually consider this primer. Okay, you can just rough it up and shoot the color right over it. And yes, I know it's not perfect, okay? But if y'all watch the beginning of the video, you know what it used to look like. I can't tell if y'all can. Well, yeah, if I move you any closer, you're gonna be in the paint, so. And watch it, let's see if we can get y'all to where you can. It's got streaks, but the only reason it's got streaks is because that's where it's wet right now. It dries in a minute. The streaks should go away. But yeah, I've been contemplating. I have been contemplating getting a case of this paint and just doing the whole truck. Here again, people do it all the time, and I'm not telling you that I'm some kind of body guy that's going to charge you $15,000 for a paint job. I mean, here, what I'm seeing right here, you can see, I can see the streaks going away because it's drying. And I like the metal in it. Okay, you step back here, you can definitely see the difference in the color. Okay. But when I'm close to this and watching the sun bounce off of it, I'm really kind of liking that color. All right, anyway, guys, here, let's do this. Bear with me. I'm probably getting here again. I might make a mistake. I'm gonna pop the hood and get this bag out of the way. Hopefully, and there's probably a lot of dust right down here. Okay, but if we're lucky, we won't get it all over our paint. All right, you ready? Cross your fingers. Okay, and that's another thing. Masking. Masking is a major part of the quality of a paint job. But like I said, this isn't a paint job. And let's look at old Snap-on Girl here. Alright, we started at about noon, and for right now we're done. Alright guys, I want to thank you for watching. Here, let's talk about her for a minute. Back in the day, Snap-on used to have a nice calendar with pretty girls on it. They had all these premiums on the truck. Premiums being, hey, if you buy this, we'll give you this. It might be a coffee mug, it might be a keychain, it might be a clock. Anyway, they also had the calendar that they handed out every year, and she was one of the calendar girls. And we'll leave it at that. She was also something else. YouTube will probably can this video if I... Alright, Playboy Playmate, yep. Anyway, guys, thank you. Please like and subscribe. Please share. And y'all have a good day. Talk to you later.